Hey, this is Ron Moss, and you're listening to Mystery Tour Radio.
So, dear Ron, what shall your fans expect, both from an acoustic set or an electric set from Ron Moss live?
I like to do a combination of my original songs and songs that I grew up with and songs I love. Classic rock songs mostly, ballads, and I just try to gauge it by the venue we're in and the people we're performing for, a feeling what do I think they would like to know next. So it's always just doing it as we go in the moment. It's hard to plan everything.
So back in 2013, you released Too Many Reasons with a Player, with Italian label Frontiers Records from Naples. Are you planning somehow a comeback one day with Player, either in the studio or live?
Player is pretty much finito.
Okay.
What I have now in the United States is Ron Moss's Player.
Okay.
Ron Moss's Player is that the original group is gone. It will probably never come again. But that's in the United States. Here we have the Men in Black, which are these guys here, which are wonderful musicians, and I'm very happy with them. So, there's no plans to do anything other than move forward.
Yeah, and how was to play back then? Best and worst memories of like end of the 70s with Player?
We had great times. We were opening shows and doing our own shows, and we were playing for 25,000 people a night, and it was wonderful. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's an experience that's unlike anything else you could possibly do. But I remember a lot of those times, and they're great. They're great. But now, we move on.
Yeah, which are your main influences as a musician?
So many, more than I can name.
Yeah.
There's so many groups. I started forming a list just for that specific question, but of course I don't have it with me. But everybody from the Beatles and the Stones to Tom Petty to Supertramp to Queen to Electric Light Orchestra, Eagles, Paul Simon and Arthur Garfunkel, a lot of this 60s and 70s folk music, the harmonies of Crosby, Stills and Nash, the feeling of the Beatles. I've been influenced by a lot of things, so I think as most musicians have been.
Yeah, and how was to move from California to Puglia, and why Italy? What does it mean for you?
Italy, I've always had a very big love affair for Italy. Ever since 1981, when I first did my first movie. It's been an ongoing love affair, and it's just gotten more and more and more. And we finally fell in love with the area of Puglia, and we bought a masseria Peritano in Monopoli. And my wife and I will spend summers there in Puglia, and the rest of the time in the U.S.
Okay, so you're splitting.
Split, yes, every year.
Yeah, which differences? I mean, they must be huge. Do you find like it's more quiet around here?
It's more quiet in Puglia, yes. But where we lived outside of Los Angeles, it was very quiet as well. Puglia is very similar to California.
Yeah, okay.
But my wife and I now are moving to Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona is the next state over.
Yeah.
So we're starting a new life there, as well as starting a new life in Puglia.
That's amazing. And shall we expect something in the future, recording-wise, like by Ron Moss?
Yes, we're working. We're about to finish the new album, which will be Surprise Trip Love. Mm-hmm. It'll be the title track of the album, which was in our movie Surprise Trip.
Okay.
In Italian, it's Viaggio a Sorpresa. So it's just been released, and it's now out on Amazon and 3 or 4 different mediums, but you have to look it up. And so the music, I wrote the music from that movie. I wrote the music in the movie, and we're going to put that as part of the album.
Yeah. Are you missing somehow the days of the bold and the beautiful?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't miss it at all. I miss some of the people, yes, but I don't miss doing
Not the lifestyle.
No, I don't miss that at all. I much prefer doing what I'm doing now over here in Italy.
Yeah. So, which final message and greeting would you send out to your many Italian fans?
Just that I love you guys and thank you for all the amazing love that I've received all these years, and I hope they follow our creative endeavors now that we're doing new things. So stay with us and let's see what happens.